a long-term sell signal 3 weeks ago when we closed below the 375.71 16-17-month rising channel bottom, a structure that actually held nicely last April. Having closed below it, our initial target has been met, and that is this descending channel bottom combination wave count in the 298.62 down to 291.81. The same sort of sequence we're using for the channel bottom itself at 298.62. We've tested this area, and from here we can round up potentially to 375.71. 3 to 5 weeks is possible. On the way up, something that was accomplished actually on Monday was the settlement back above this 318.37, a longer term trend line, and that does lend itself toward upward continuation. We also closed just above this descending channel bottom, and this is our real pivot point, 318.43. So whether you choose 318.37 or 318.43 is up to you, but above which 337.24, that April 26th low, is likely over the next day or two, and quite possibly by Friday's close. By the end of next week anyway, 352.50 is likely. Now, I'd mention how 352.50 is likely as a 2 to 3 week target anyway, following the testing last week of this significant 290 support. It seems contradictory, but it's just two different time horizons. Longer term, holding below 375.71, anticipating 227.66 as an overall possible 3 to 5 month objective. But near to midterm, we'd mention how you can actually bottom pick the 290s, anticipating upward rotation into potentially the 375.71 region. But we have 352.50 that precedes it, and I do think that should be respected for its ability to contain buying not only through next week, but even through the rest of August. Perhaps we could fall away. So for instance, if you bottom picked the 290s last week and you're still long and you're holding out for an upper resistance area to unload, you could scale out of half at 352.50, and if we close above it, you could scale out of the rest at 375.71. I think you can also short sell 352.50 once tested. 337.24, if we close above it today, we should this week test 352.50, or once again we can top out for the week and even perhaps into later August. 352.50 represents the beginning of a wide zone up to 375.71 that can indeed contain buying pressures quite possibly through the rest of the year, and below which our overall objective remains 227.66. If we were to collapse back and settle this week below 291.81 by the end of September, I think 227.66 is likely. On the way down, we have 271 even, which is that July 24 high. If we close today back below 318.37, we probably have a good high for the week, and within several days retest the significant 291.81 to 298.62 area. We can once again bottom out through August, perhaps into September, round up into the 370s perhaps over the next month or two. But if we close below 291.81, there is nothing to be but short. Please click like, share, subscribe.
Start trading with a plan at wickedstocks.com.